What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ethan's Exotic Escapades. Today we are going to go to Magnolia Plantation and Gardens in Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to see a whole bunch of really cool things. Let's go ahead and check it out. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to join the tribe in. Let's get started. Actually, before we get started with this video, I went to a wedding in Charleston and I thought might as well show a picture of me dressed up in my suit and tie. So I'll show you all that now. Here's the picture right here of me and my girlfriend at the wedding. Right before we got to Magnolia Plantation, we actually stopped in downtown Charleston and I took a video of this gorgeous view off of a dock. Right as we arrived at Magnolia Plantations, they had this amazing area with flowers in front of it, and I brought my dog, so of course he turned into a supermodel and posed for the camera, and I got some good shots of him. To the right of the little food place that they had, which I actually got crab cakes there and it was really good, they had this pasture that had a donkey and a couple of ponies, and the donkey didn't really seem like he was that interested in us, but the ponies did actually come up to us. I didn't get a good shot of them coming up to us, but I got them right here. On the left of the food shop, they had this area that's really like a mini zoo, and they had a big variety of different animals in here. There's a peacock on top of this enclosure right here. And what's inside of this enclosure? They are prairie dogs. You can see this cute, adorable little guy right here digging a little hole. He's trying to get on the other side to his friends. But these guys were absolutely adorable, and they had so many of them in here. Once I got to the other side, I could actually see these other prairie dogs. They had about 4 or 5 of these guys in here, and this guy was just sitting straight up, looking around. These guys do make burrows, and they typically can live around 8 years. In the wild, these guys will eat a variety of plants, grasses, and leaves, but in captivity, they need to be fed a high-fiber diet. Moving past those guys, they have this copperhead, and you can see the Hershey Kiss shaped pattern on it, which I've talked about before, and that is how you can identify these guys as venomous, because yes, these are dangerous, and there's another one right back there. Beside the copperheads, there was this eastern king snake, and you can see his very beautiful pattern, and he was out and about. As I was moving down, I saw this cute little duck that was just resting his head on his little fence, and I think he was trying to take a nap. Right around the corner from that duck was this goat right here, and all he wanted to do was get pet. He loved getting pet. It was so adorable. I mean, he literally just laid there and let you pet him as long as you wanted to. Here I go. I'm petting him right here, and he's still just chilling there. Who says goats can't sunbathe? Because this guy was definitely trying to sunbathe. After I passed the goat, I saw this female peacock. You can tell it's a female because it's not as bright in its coloration like male peacocks would have, better and more vibrant colors. But it was jealous and it wanted to get some attention. Eventually, the male didn't want that female to take all of its mojo, so it decided that it was going to get down and show off its beautiful colors. In the next enclosure, they had this chicken right here, and it was very lonely. It was in there all by itself, but it was laying in its nest. The next enclosure had some ducks on the outside just sitting there, but this enclosure has the great horned owl in it, and it is a very large owl species. And they get that name because the feathers on top of their head can go out and make it look like horns. The next enclosure had a variety of different turtles. Those guys over there were pond sliders, which are a species of turtle, and this guy right here is a mallard. And they also had some other ducks in here as well, but I try and get a good close-up of this guy. There we go. It's not blurry anymore, but he was just floating around in the little pond that they had. And then there was also supposed to be a spiny soft-shell turtle in here as well, but I could not find him. He must have been inside of the little pond. But I also show, there's the sign for him right there, but I also show this guy right here, which is another pond slider, and he was close to me so I could get a good close-up. The next enclosure had a black vulture in it, and I get a good zoom up. Actually, it had a couple of these guys in here, but these guys actually will eat decaying meat in the wild. These guys also get pretty large with a wingspan of over 5 foot. In the next enclosure, there was this very, very cute little red fox, and he was laying in the back getting some rest, but these guys are absolutely adorable. I really wish I could have one. The next thing I came across was this group of different enclosures that had American alligators in it, and this was the biggest one that they had, and he had a really large trough that they had turned into like a pool for him, and he has a very big enclosure. Next was this one that was kind of medium, and then this little baby right here that had a really cute little enclosure, and he had a mini pool too. Right before I was about to leave, I saw that this guy came out of his hut. This is an African spurred tortoise, also known as a Sulcata tortoise, and these guys get ginormous. They can weigh over 100 pounds and can even live up to 150 years old. The next thing we did was actually go on this little train ride that they had, and we could see a variety of different animals out in their wild habitat. This right here is an alligator and some duckweed. And then as we kept on going down, we saw this, which you can't really see it super good, but that is actually a hawk, a red-shouldered hawk to be exact. These guys eat a variety of different smaller animals. They can weigh around 2 pounds and typically live 20 years old. As we continued on our little train ride, we found a new species of bird, which is a white ibis, and they were searching through the little marshy area to find food. On the other side, we actually found another species of bird, which is right there at the top, and he is an anhinga, which is kind of hard to pronounce, but they have long necks and they will dive in the water actually to catch their food. After our train ride was over, we went to the gift shop and got my dog Anakin some ice cream, and it was very frozen, so he didn't want it at first. We had to wait for it to melt a little bit, but after a while, he started licking it, and he never did finish it, but he did like it, so he had some of it. Once he was done with his ice cream, we decided to take a stroll around the plantation and see what kind of cool stuff we could find on our own. And this is one of the first things that we found, and that right there, I believe, is a little blue heron, and it was just standing on a log. And then I show this view of this really pretty bridge. And now we are at the bridge, and I show a shot of the trees and everything looking out. And then after we left, I saw this, what I thought was an alligator, which it turns out it actually was. And as I kept getting closer, I could see that there was a whole bunch of turtles and another little alligator laying behind it. And then I just kept on getting closer and closer because I wanted to get a very good shot of the alligator that was in the front because he was a big boy. And then I saw this little baby turtle around where those alligators were. And so I had to get a little shot of him. You can see him right there on the corner. And now I got right in front of where the alligator was. And this was the really big one. You can see the little one behind him, but this is the big boy. And we kept on walking through, and we kept finding alligators everywhere. There's some little baby alligators if you look out there in the water. And they were just everywhere. I saw an alligator everywhere I looked when I looked in the water. But they're so cute. Towards the end of our little adventure that we went on, they had these really cool curvy bridges, and there was another area of the marsh that had some decorations in it. But I actually found this guy right here, which I think we all know what this is. He was the last animal of the day. How fitting. It's the green anole, which I have these around my house, so it was very easy to identify. But he just sat there and let me take a video of him. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for joining me on this exotic escapade. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank y'all so much. I have a little video in the works, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to join the tribe in. I'll see you on the next one.